Alright, we're gonna show you how to make Hollandaise sauce in Swedish. Let's see what we have. You need butter. This is like 500. And you don't need inte katt I maten. So this is our cat.
You need the cat.
You don't need a cat. You need butter. This is like 500 grams, half a kilogram. I will use half of this. You need egg, maybe 4 eggs. And you need lemon, 1 lemon. Trick photography, lemon. Alright, 2 pots and pans. One is for melting the butter. And I will do this on like number 4. Jag kan prata, ni behöver inte prata. Butter. Half, maybe a little bit more. I like butter.
That was 500 grams from the beginning, so it's like half.
And you put this on my number 4 out of 10. So like a little bit less than medium. Let it melt. If you want, you can heat it up. And then it becomes, it starts to smell like fudge, a little bit sweeter. Make sure you don't burn it, and then you add a little bit extra flavor to the Hollandaise. And now we need to take the lemon.
Oh, vi stängdes.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
I'll just cut it in 2. Squeeze this into the one pan, 1 lemon.
But you're gonna pick up the seeds?
I will pick up the seeds. 1. The other slice. So.
Pick up the seeds. Talk more.
Picking up the seeds. Keeping the juice. So.
Like in, like in a cooking talk show, they talk all the time. So
yeah, this is Swedish talk show.
Obviously, it's gonna be very quiet.
Okay, so this is okay. Then you have some juice, and per lemon I would add like maybe 3 tablespoons of water. This is actually what will drive how citricy the citricy.
Is that the word?
How much citrus it will taste. And now I will add like 4 egg yolks only, not egg whites, only the yolks. So you will need
Jokes.
The yolks. So separate the white in with the yellow. Det som brinner här.
Det var varmvatten där inne.
That's Swedish. More egg yolk. 2. Uh-oh.
Don't break it.
Nej.
And it's okay.
Failure.
Right.
1 more. Nej.
Come on.
Okay, you can actually do this like this. it's faster.
This is okay.
Okay,
Is he gonna have another one?
we take one more. Yeah. And I know the egg yolks in Utah are bigger than this. That's Spratcocks.
It's gonna be really long, like video
So,
or something.
yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
So, now you have this yummy little substance. We put this here.
Har vi publiken?
Yeah. Audience.
Hey Fred and Åsa.
Hello.
Wait.
You know, Papa's feeding Fred.
So, and this one you also heat to about 4. Slowly, because if you heat it up too much, you will start to cook the egg and it will become grainy. So you'll have to do this like over... It's gonna take some time. We'll do trick photography, but I would say probably about 5-8 minutes.
Ska jag stå här så länge?
Nej. In the meantime, we're melting the butter slowly, and when the butter is all melted, you take it off and put it on the side and let it to cool a little bit before putting
Aren't you
it
gonna
into...
do it later, like the show? Who do it?
Yeah, I will show. But
So,
yeah, we can...
in the cook shows, they never say something they're gonna do after.
You
It's
all
not-
the time.
No, they're not.
Yes, really.
Okay.
Stirring, make sure this doesn't get stuck or anything, and it has to be like nice. And then you basically, the consistency of this will drive how the consistency will be of your Hollandaise sauce. So you want to have this to a point where you start to see like little paths of when you're moving this thing around, which I don't know the name for.
Heter det pack?
Paths.
Pack.
Spår.
Oh.
Cracks. I will show you one.
Cracks of the egg.
Yep. So nu kan vi pausa.
Hur?
Slowly melting and materializing. Gotta make sure you don't go like about 4. On a gas stove, I don't know, I would say that you gotta make sure that it doesn't get too hot. Like lukewarm, obviously it needs to melt the butter, but I will take the butter off to cool down shortly. So with this, you gotta continue to stir. And I know it's boring, it's gonna take some time, but time is crucial. You can't really rush this. And as you can see, it's actually starting to get a little bit thicker. But you don't want to get it too hot, because then it's gonna end up like scrambled eggs with a lot of lemon juice in it. At the same time, the butter is pretty much all molten or melted, so we'll take that off and let it just cool down. And continue this to stir this until it starts to get a little bit thick. But you want it to stay smooth. And the thing is, you don't really want to put the butter in this pot when it's too hot. So that's the main reason I'm cooling off the butter. Otherwise, when it's too hot, you run the risk of sort of breaking the sauce. Which maybe I will do, we'll see when we get to that point. Temperatures are critical. It's always easier to make everything a little bit cooler when you mix it. And I guess the ideal way of doing this is by having it in the water bath, but I try to do it this way as it becomes a lot less complex. But you can even let this cool down before mixing the two. So I would definitely make sure that I'll take this aside for a bit. Before I put this into the pan, I want to make sure that it's almost like I can touch it by the hand, and this is still way too hot. So we'll just let this relax a little bit before we start stirring.
Och ligger den där soffan och han har ligger där.
Vi har bara båda, vi kör bara båda.
I sängen kommer han på och ligger sen så.
So now you can see that it's starting to become a little bit more thick.
Alltså han kommer
and this will actually dry
han trycker ansiktet.
so the outcome. So you don't want to. This is really where you kind of regulate how thick you want the sauce to be. And Hollandaise sauce can be thick. It depends on if you do like a eggs Benedict. You want it to be quite thick if you're doing it on top of it. You know, some salmon or something. What we're actually doing tonight, then you can do a little bit thinner. And you haven't really started seasoning anything yet. So I usually do the seasoning once you put the sauce together. I'll see if I can show you what it looks like when it starts to become a little bit. And the good thing is, if you make it too thick, you can actually always thin it out by using just the water when you're done. So to thin a thick sauce out is easier than the other way around. We're getting close. So now, slowly starting to get thicker. This is probably about 10 minutes total when I've done this. I guess professionals can do it faster. And the reason I'm continuously stirring it is because I want to make sure that it doesn't lump up. So it should evenly distribute the heat. Traces of this whisker or whatever you call it. It's a good time to start to take it off the stove. So I'll take this off now. Just keep it like this. It's still hot. So this is still maybe probably about 45 degrees C. I want it to be a little bit cooler before I actually pour it into the other one, otherwise it may just separate. So we'll wait a little bit. You can see now this is starting to firm up a little bit. Now we're gonna have to slowly move the butter into this. We'll wait a little bit. This has to, I would say that this has to be close to body temperature, so maybe 40 degrees.
Body is not 40.
37. We can try. We'll see. So when you put this in, really thin to start with, and just keep whisking away. you start to see that it's separating or becoming like butter and sauce, then you gotta slow down and just whisk really hard for a bit. And then you just go for it. What's important when you pour this in, don't get the white stuff, the base of the butter, just the liquidy part, not the stuff that's kind of white solid. I hope it shows on the video. So you don't want that, you just want the transparent stuff to go in.
Why is that?
Because the other stuff tastes bad. Okay. Mission accomplished.
Now it's seasoning.
Now it's seasoning. Salt. Little bit of salt. I like cayenne.
Cajun?
Cayenne. This will actually change the color quite dramatically of it.
Not too much, it's strong.
Now you taste. Yummy. Oops. Good stuff. Det är bra. Det är lite konig, men det, ja.
So we're done?
Yeah.
Alright. That was it. Good luck.